Africa's fashion scene has been evolving over the years, and global brands have been tapping into the continent for inspiration for their designs. The continent is said to be the world's next fashion leader, according to one report from the United Nations. But the continent's fashion industry collectively still faces a host of challenges, including the lack of protection of intellectual property rights and low investment levels. CGTN's Nabil Ahmed Rufai has a focus on grassroots.
Kelvin Quay designs and sews bespoke garments in Accra. He's been in this business for nearly 4 years and believes Ghana's fashion industry is thriving.
The African fashion industry has really risen up from just the normal sewing to now a business, like a whole-time organization. So we realize that the African fashion are also making marks on the globe. So you see them featured in the Vogue magazines, among others.
But Kelvin is worried that the lack of adequate investment in the sector limits many designers from reaching their full potential.
For a young designer like me, maybe I have bigger dreams and I have things I would like to do. But because you're a startup, you can't get the money from above or it will just fall. So sometimes you have big ideas, but the funds limits you.
Exports from the African fashion industry are valued at nearly $16 billion annually, according to the United Nations. But some designers in Ghana say it is difficult to sell to a wider market locally. For burdened fashion designers like Kelvin, the high cost of sewing materials, including fabrics, pushes the price of their clothing up. They link the high cost of production to the reliance on imports. Fashion designers in Ghana and other African countries are striving to push their brands by taking part in runway shows to attract both local and international markets. Experts believe there is a need for more local investment.
Most of our textile industries in Ghana are not working because they are not well financed and they are malnourished. We also don't grow most of the cottons and other things in Africa. So these are things that we import into the country, and it brings the price, the cost of production. All of this is affecting. We all know that most of the print, accessories, and all the things we use, from machinery to every other thing, comes from outside. But if all these things were being produced in here, it would have been a very good idea. So it's much more less costly, and more people would have patronized it.
Analysts also want laws enforced to protect the intellectual property of African designers. With the right investments, the United Nations estimates that earnings from Africa's fashion industry could triple within the next 10 years. Kelvin Quay hopes to tap into the growing demand for made-in-Africa fashion by designing clothes that would sell on the global market. Nabil Ahmed Rufai, CGTN, Accra, Ghana.